First official day of the PhD program. The last few videos were my refresher on stats, going over SPSS and understanding that statistical analysis is going to be a major part of this program for the next 2, 3, 4, so on years. It was a great class, going over the programs, getting a chance to use real data sets that our professor has used, some pertinent like Department of Colorado Education and statistics in that, running queries and understanding even a few years ago how many disparities we have in socioeconomic classes and some things that are fair and unfair and why money is spent a certain way. And one that I even looked at and queried was more about, hey, is the ratio of classes better when the superintendent is paid more? And unfortunately, it was still depressing. So we can still pay somebody a couple $100,000 and still expect a teacher to take care of 25 kids. So that statistical analysis is important. On to the next class, our first official PhD cohort one. We should have 16 people in our cohort, and we will be conducting this journey for the next 2 years together, and then dissertation on their own. It's LEAD 8300, Leadership Excellence in Complex Organizations. It's fall of 2020. Look forward to it. To be upfront and honest, we had 100 plus, almost 200 pages of articles to read prior to class. We have a couple assignments. We pretty much have an assignment to turn in almost every day for the next week. Most of them are smaller. Hey, what are some research questions that you want to find some articles to support these? Update your LinkedIn because you want to be a professional network. And the most important thing out of that, which was included in the articles, was that cohort, no cohort, those kind of things, was that if you do not build bonds with people and work as a collaborative group, it's less likely that you would succeed. That is echoed of the responses of everything we've been reading and trying to get across. I'm sure it's going to be the subject tonight in the introductions of all the staff, but it will be important that you have your friends, you have your colleagues, and even further in this one, they will be colleagues, but they're being your classmates that you're going to have to collaborate with, understand, use the shared experiences. Know that some are going to be better running the statistical analysis than you. Some will be better at quantitative, some will be better at qualitative statistics. Those things help you in understanding that you cannot do everything and you have to be the leader that goes to the right source, finds the right way to be successful. This program is a overarching thing that will affect more than just you. I am blessed to have a wife. All my children are adults, and it means that I can focus a little bit more than some of our students. Just meeting half of the cohort in the statistics shows me that there are ones with small kids, large kids, no kids, full time jobs, everything in between, and understanding that some people will be better at certain subjects. We also started to discuss some topics that we might think will be our dissertations or even closer along our portfolios. We have to grab artifacts and things as our comprehensive exam to show our works in a portfolio with artifacts and understandings of everything, annotated bibliography, so that we are responsible for everything we've been reading and going to use in that. Not only the classwork, but everything additional. So if you're thinking about that journey, these are just some of the things that you'll be able to. I suspect our reading will stay at least that, if not increase. So be prepared for long nights of reading. Um, on a separate note, some of our articles, PDF form, copy and paste into a Word document, let it read it to you while you're working on something else. But make sure you understand, are you responsible for that information? And reading it, you retain things a little bit more. So often I have a binder with some of the key notes, highlighting things that were said, pause the reading, if something is profound. I started, as another PhD student encouraged me to do, a word diary. There are great words that often we have to look up because they are specialized. And as we become more professional in this thing of school to get our PhD, we want to make sure that those words, although not necessary, can be understood, and writing them down when I am around nothing computer wise, if I'm reading in a book. But if I'm at the computer, copy, paste, pull up the definition, think about it. It will help you to be a better learner, better understander. And think about it in this: expanding your vocabulary is reading, reading, reading. Well, it's also retaining. And part of the retaining is helpful when you write it down. So that journal is definitely important. Not only the journal, one part of it, the back, are my words. The front part of it is, hey, articles, ideas, what you might use for your portfolio, your dissertation, and the article that it comes from. Because you remember this, but you'll still have assignments. Months later, you can pull back and read and remember, hey, that was a great article to get this point across. So, for now, that is the first day. It will be happening tonight, and I will let you know how it goes. Jeff Dykman out.